ask you, since we started with some tough questions, let me finish with the really tough one. Very sensitive issue here. You're saying that you can not be obese and still not have the greatest health markers.
Oh, you never heard of being skinny fat?
Yes. So let me ask you this. Here comes the question. Can you be obese and be healthy?
So you can be obese and not have significant metabolic dysfunction,
You
right?
can.
Well, I mean, keep in mind that technically I'm overweight by BMI. So this is a much longer discussion, right? And I got single digit
You
percent
know who I'm
body fat.
talking about. I'm talking about the person in the cart, the 3,000 people in carts at Disneyland. Are any of those people healthy? I'm talking about the
I,
lady who's 200 pounds overweight on the cover of fucking Vogue magazine, and she's
yeah.
telling people that she's fine. And
So
I'm like, bitch, you're on fucking medications. I know you are. Like, you have to be.
it is important to understand
Uh,
that just how outward appearance does not mean that you are metabolically unfit. It also does not mean that you're metabolically fit as well. So you can have a certain amount of subcutaneous fat, right, that's within appropriate parameters and still have very low visceral fat and be potentially metabolically healthy. Now, two, three,
what's
four hundred
visceral fat? It's
pounds.
not on your organ. It's not on your organs.
No, it is on your organs, right? So visceral
Oh,
fat is intraperitoneal. It's the fat that's inside your abdominal cavity that sits on your liver and your heart and your kidneys and your organs that is disproportionately inflammatory, right?
yeah.
Because of location.
And that's not what you want. You don't want that kind.
No, sir. And
Okay.
this comes back to the literature, right, where there's a bit of an obesity paradox, right, where there is data that shows that you can have some degree of subcutaneous fat, but in regards to health outcomes, it there's some research that actually shows that it's protective to certain degrees. Now, a lot of that likely is related to incorporating people who may be near end of life, right, and are cachectic and malnourished, right, and so
Oh,
they're
oh.
thin, and so there's you really have to look at the data sets to understand where that's coming from.
Right.
But
Like at
certain
80, I like to see my mom thicker than skinnier.
the point that I would make is that if you see a person walking into your affiliate, just
Yeah.
because they're skinny, don't think that they're metabolically healthy.
Okay. Let me show you this picture. You're gonna hate this. Sorry. No one's even watching. No one's even watching now, Tom. No one's even watching. Just me and you in the room. Just a couple. We're 5 beers deep. This is healthy. I know that's not healthy. I know that her, just based on this, what I know about the way the body moves, I know there's positions that the body needs to probably get in, that if you're that heavy, you can't get into them. Like you're not you it's I just know that's not healthy. That's not um for the things that we're made to do here on planet Earth, like maybe catch food, hunt food, and mate. I don't think that that's healthy. I don't think that that body's even healthy to carry a baby in. Do you have
Healthier,
any?
it's healthier than sitting on the couch. I mean, at least
Oh yeah,
she's
yeah. Don't yes,
standing up.
dude. Don't get me wrong. Yes, but I love her pose. Her emotional status is great. Her skin is beautiful. The spread of fat over her body, I like even that. Right. The way it's everywhere. You know what I mean? Like it's equally dispersed. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that like. That is not healthy. She's not even, I don't think she's even at the 50-yard line of what she's probably capable of as a human being, carrying
Mhm,
around all that extra weight. I think
mhm.
it affects her thoughts probably, and for sure her ability to go up and downstairs. Let me just ask, let me ask you this. Okay. Could that body be healthy?
So that's not how I would define health. Now, what I would
Okay.
say is that
Yeah.
it would be very hard to have that much excess adipose and
Yeah.
have optimized lipids, fasting insulin, visceral fat, etc. Right? So, in all likelihood, there are significant health markers there that need to be improved. But that's also me, I'm not one to make pass judgment or make factual statements when I don't have the information,
Right.
right? So my job as a healthcare provider, when I see that person walk into my clinic, is to make a meaningful connection and get data and find ways to connect with them so that they
Right.
can improve. The same way it is for all of us, right? It's like
Right.
both you and I have things that we can work on and continue to optimize and improve. And me, casting, negative connotations to body type or anything else is not going to help me connect and develop a relationship with that person.
I want to say this. I'm not. There's nothing. I don't want to say anything negative about her body type. Like I'm 30 years before, 30 years ago, in a couple cocktails, and me and her, fuck, some good music, getting with that. But my point is this: it says on there, "This is healthy." Let me go here, and I think that that's doing an enormous disservice to
Hmm.
society. I think she
Yeah.
has beautiful skin. I like her smile. I see her as fucking a beautiful woman form. I'm not a big fan of the tattoos, all the fucking writing on her, but uh, I just can't. I think that there is a shape for 99% of us to infinity that we can fit in and be like, hey, dude, you got that. That's not good. And I'll even define health. You're going to live a shorter life. You're not in two things. You're going to live a shorter life than what you probably could have. So I'm making the presupposition you want to live long, and
Hmm.
and and two, you're not operating optimally. Like you could even be
Hmm.
happier with a different diet.
Yeah.
But but
Based
I, but
on,
but her exercise regimen might be perfect. Fuck, what do I know? But
yeah,
that
who
thing's
knows?
consuming too many calories.
Yeah. I mean, objectively speaking, right,
Yeah,
based on that image, right, her body composition, she's probably class 2 or class 3 obesity. And there are significant negative health outcomes associated with that diagnosis, right?
yeah, yeah. All right. And we should, and it should be an open discussion. Like, I have an issue with them promoting that as healthy. I don't like that.
Well, dude, if any of us are getting our health advice from Cosmo, and
All right,
unfortunately a
fair
lot of
enough.
people are, like
Fair
we
enough.
we got, and this is the same thing with news media and news bites, right? Looking at
Yeah.
relative risk and putting that up and not talking about how relative is different than absolute, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you've had Emily on the show, right? She talks a
Yep.
ton about that. Like
Yep.
that is the type of education that we need to be providing to people so that we don't get caught up in this clickbait bullshit where people have their silo reaffirmed and don't expose themselves to other ways of thinking. And it's not just that. This is science, right?